So last week we.
Are you laying down?
Yeah.
She is. That's what I was asking her before.
Relaxing.
I'm like, are you in a different place? She goes, yeah, I'm in my bedroom now. Like, I guess it was too stressful to be out.
It was too stressful to be out in my living room. Exactly.
Right.
Well, you guys kept saying that someone was coming through my door.
Yeah, they never made it.
It was creepy. No comm traffic at all. All right. So last week we were at a Spire, right? Yeah.
Yep, Feathergale Spire, yep.
Yeah, and looking at some different armor and weapons that they had, and there was some griffins and giant falcons flying around, and the smart Theo and deceased Sasha.
Wow, how soon we forget.
No, I remembered. I was just having a brain freeze. I'm trying to remember what happened. And they thought that they could fly on the griffins and told everybody they could. So we watched them fly, and Theo somehow survived, and Sasha
it's because I'm awesome.
Fell to her death.
Clutch in
trying to fly the griffin. And then we went and tried to save Sasha's body and got taken. We had to fight one of those giant lion
Manticores.
Manticores.
Yeah, it's a lion and then other stuff.
Yeah, lion and other beings attached to a part of it. And we fought one of those and killed it and cut off its head and wings, and are bringing it back to the Spire to hopefully be able to go back there because we got kicked out.
Try to get back into the good graces of the Spire.
Yeah, because we killed the guy that they were trying to kill. And that's what happened. And Raz saved the day and saved everybody and killed the Manicore by itself.
How did... yeah, Raz did actually do a pretty good job on damage.
Raz was getting destroyed by it. It kept attacking her.
Yeah, Raz doesn't know what she's doing.
Raz doesn't.
Theo did a fuck ton of damage to that thing.
Theo did.
Yeah, I think our goal is to go back to the Spire and talk to that Thural Merliska, or whatever his name is, Thural or Thural or whatever that is, and show him this Manicore thing, and maybe we can get into some good graces.
Or we could just, you know, start a gnome and halfling prostitution ring.
Yeah, okay, that's always,
wow.
That's always open.
Alright, so we're a gnome and halfling prostitution ring. I know Raz is...
$1 platinum dollar make you holla.
Definitely appreciate that.
And everything's half off.
Okay.
We could also hoe out Donk, too. Have a Goliath man stable.
Oh, yeah, except I'm too large. Like Charles in Charge. I'm large and in charge.
Alright, so it's the next morning. You guys camped all night. You decapitated the Manicore. You took its wings, its claws. I think you took its head. And you wanted to get a good night's rest. You buried Sasha. But, you know, I will tell you this. You guys could use Speak the Dead. Or maybe try to find a scroll or something to maybe... In the future, you could do it now if you want to, but just a little side DM thing. Don't forget Speak the Dead. It could actually be pretty fun to, you know, speak to the dead. But anyways, we'll move on.
I prefer just to raise the dead and then make Sasha just wander around and do all kinds of...
That's pretty expensive. But, you know, you could I'm sure you could probably find some temple or monastery close by that would take on the, whoa, what was that?
No,
that would
not resurrect, Dave. Not resurrect. No, resurrect's too expensive.
Yeah, you just kind of want to
raise him as like a zombie.
Yeah.
And then we can have her like swallow our gold coins, and she'd be like a little purse that would have to walk around, and she'd be like Christmas, just jingling every time she took a step. It would be awesome.
She'd be our own personal bag of holding.
That's right.
So the next morning, everybody's had a nice rest. Everybody's back up to full hit points, I'll go ahead and give everybody an extended rest. So let me give that to everybody on the tracker. Alright, so everybody's had a long rest. Everybody's got your full spell points back, all your features, and half your hit dice heals. So as you guys, the next morning, everybody also deduct 1 day's, actually deduct 2 days worth of rations from your character sheet, because you guys have been gone a little while. Deduct 2 days worth of rations. So you guys are back towards Feathergale Spire, and you're carrying this large manticore head, probably about almost the size of like a carry bag or a suitcase. And as you guys
are, why
sure.
are we deducting rations if we have a manicore right here?
Just for the sake of,
what do they taste like?
Just probably chicken. Probably chicken.
Alright, well, I'll deduct rations. I don't want to chance it to get some manicoritis or something.
Yeah, there's nothing. Okay.
Do not have a recipe.
What's up, Kel?
You do not have a recipe for manticore dong?
I always have a recipe for manicore dong. Oh, manicore dong. Okay, got it, yeah. Well, you know, I've got my Goliath recipes, because you remember I am a cook. My Goliath recipes basically consist of maybe some salt, but mostly just adding heat to the food that I eat.
Just scorching the shit out of it, huh?
Yeah, they're not really complex, you know, but from a Goliath perspective, I'm
it's
like
Cajun
a freaking...
cooking.
Exactly. From a Goliath perspective, I'm like a freaking Gordon Ramsay. But then from an everybody else perspective, it's like, whatever.
If it's brown, it's cooking. If it's black, it's done.
In other words, looks like ass, tastes like ass. That's Don's cooking.
Perfect, yeah, but not the bad ass. I mean, the good ass, you know what I mean? That's good tasting.
So you guys are back at the Spire. Now as you make your way up the Sighing Valley, as you guys, make your way up all the real close overhangings and trails leading back up, you get to the gate again. And as you are, walking up, there are several figures that are walking out. One of them you recognize is Savra, remember Savra Bellabantra. And there is another figure, which is one that is clad in like a robe and whatnot. And she's an elf. And you can hear them talking and discussing, and you can hear Savra, thanking her for her business and to have very many days well traveled, and to safe journeys, and don't run into any manicores or anything like that. Just kind of joking around about the manicores. So an elf is walking out the gate, and Savra, she kind of looks scornfully towards all of you, and sees she doesn't know what to make of this, and she says, Thurl did not tell you that your presence was not welcome here at the Spire anymore, did he not?
That was a lot of negatives there for Donk. I don't know if
He did.
Oh, I don't know, not.
But we
Well,
brought you
Oh
a
my
present.
dear lady, we brought a present for you.
And she turns to Kel and what is this? What is this present, Kel?
Donk, show her.
Here it comes, baby! I slowly...
No, not that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Into my backpack, and I'll get the manticore head.
Oh my
and I'll
God!
flip it around and just shake it in front of her. Let the blood kind of splatter a little bit on the ground, and I'm just shaking it.
And the veins and shit that are hanging out of the bottom are kind of like
popping.
slapping around on there. All right. Her eyes get, her eyes, Savra's eyes get large, and she says to herself, "Oh my gosh, they have slain the manticore," and she tells you that she'll invite you in, and we'll have to discuss this with Thurl. So she invites everybody back into basically the main hall of Feathergale. and she says, please wait here, Thurl will be right down. So she goes up, just like about a minute goes by, and as all this is happening, I want everybody to give me a perception check also.
Woohoo! I donked it.
Not too bad.
I totally theoed it.
Those are actually all really good. So, yeah, everybody notices, not Alora, but Theo and Donk and Raz and Kel, all of you notice that. Well, not Kel. Kel's kind of Kel off to a bad start tonight, man.
I think he stabbed himself in the eye with a pencil by accident while he was scratching his nose or something.
Yeah, Kel's just kind of like, oh man, here we go again. But you know, Theo, Donk, Raz, you all notice that this elf is following you back in to the Spire. So
what's this elf look like?
When Savra, she shuts the door, she just kind of looks and shakes her head and says, please, I will be right back with Thurl, and please wait here. So, and she actually literally jogs or sprints up the stairs to go get Thurl. So I'll give you guys like a minute to kind of RP and
I wanna look at this new elf up and down, Dave.
Uh-huh.
All kind of like I'm trying to,
like you're undressing her or whatever.
Well, no.
That's what Theo's doing.
Measuring her worth. Seeing if she's worthy for our group. I'm looking at her. What's she look like?
Well, she's tall, attractive, long blonde hair, wearing purple, silk robes, very, very fancy.
An elf.
And like an elf.
Yeah, wow.
And while you're eyeballing her, she's equally eyeballing you, Goliath, because she's probably not really seen many of your kind before up close.
If we lock eyes, then I want to give her one of these.
She kind of goes over and is a little bit fascinated with the fact that there's this huge Goliath. I mean, she's also fascinated with the whole manticore as well, and kind of itching to investigate that a little more closely. But she starts kind of poking the Goliath and saying, just to kind of see, what's going on with him. Just completely fascinated by the fact that this beast is in front of her.
Guess I'll let her little elf fingers poke into my pudge and let my flexible lard just spring back to its buoyant original shape.
Are you gonna go? Woohoo!
That's right.
She extends her hand, realizing that she's probably being rude in his personal space.
Sort of like to a strange dog, where the dog, in case the dog decides to bite you.
Exactly. She's like, Andrew
hello, David Bremer, thanks for the follow, Andrew.
Alora.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And you are?
I step immediately in front of Donk, bow all gentlemanly. Hello, my
ladies.
Dear. Ladies.
She kind of acknowledges.
With a courtly bow.
Acknowledges Theo and says, a pleasure to meet you, Sir Dwarf. I've heard much about your people.
The pleasure's all mine.
I've heard much about your
I'm on a bit of a pilgrimage, kind of learning my way and exploring all the wonders of the world, as opposed to being locked up in magical studies for the past many years. I'm kind of interested in your Goliath friend here. I think she kind of eyeballs him, looking around, and says, does it have any magical properties?
It has a gut of iron. It could eat damn near everything. And it does.
She says, well, perhaps I'll be able to get some samples. analyze this thing.
Yeah, you'll be able to take a stool sample later, I think.
So what are you doing? Breaking out like a? What are you doing? Breaking out some like glass vials and shit, wanting to get like samples of the blood and shit. That is crazy.
She's
I've
like,
got a
"What?"
sample for you.
And you guys see her. She opens up her pack. Everything is completely organized, labeled, logged in. It's just immaculately laid out, and you can see like little vials of glass containing a multitude of things that she's researching. She's a little OCD.
Bat hair, guano, all that stuff.
Goliath is a living creature. He's not a magical being.
No,
Oh.
let's see where this goes.
Well, that's no good. There's no magic.
Too good.
Well, when
Just
Donka's
what he is.
involved, there's always some magic.
Kind of looks at him, suddenly not interested. Oh, what about this manitor?
All of a sudden, Donk sounds like Dean Martin, right? Voice of an angel.
Did you
So
kill
what-
this yourself?
Yeah, we all grouped up to kill it. What pilgrimage are you on? Some elf pilgrimage for elviness?
Elfiness.
No, I'm just exploring the world, learning new things, researching magic to increase, my knowledge of the arcane arts. How about yourself?
Looking for snacks. I've always had a question I wanted to ask an elf. If there's a baby elf, or I guess you can call it an infant elf, is it called an elephant?
I beg your damn pardon?
Is it called an elephant?
Kind
An
of.
elf?
Okay, I think I've got you figured out. She goes, she goes back over to the dwarf. He always like this. Yo.
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for being Theo.
Ladies.
Is the beast over here does he always act like that?
Aye.
He's not acting.
Oh, you poor
That's
people.
just Donk.
He's useful.
I start
He's-
picking my nose.
Oh
He's
my
great.
god.
He's great at hitting things with sticks.
I mean, Laura just, when she sees him picking his nose, she just looks at him and just stares him dead in the, like, what the hell are you doing? She, completely appalled. Sir, can you please take your finger out of your nose?
Give me a minute.
That's not polite.
But I'm not an elf.
Donk doesn't always stand on the usual social niceties.
All right, so I take my finger out of my nose, and I'm gonna cradle my belly like I'm a pregnant woman and just rub it while I'm talking to you, like this.
Lord help me.
So as you guys start to hear some footsteps coming, actually spattering down the stone stairs quite quickly, both Savra and Thurl appear back at the bottom of the stairwell in the lower level of the spire, and you can hear the echoes of voices as this is also transpiring as they're coming down, and you can hear Thurl say, "They've got the head of the Manticore." And just as you finish hearing him say that, they both are in your presence again, both Savra and Thurl. And Thurl says, "Savra has told me that you have slain the beast. You have killed the Manticore."
I want to be all dramatic.
Aye.
I'm gonna drop the Manticore head on the ground, and then I'm gonna kick it and let it slide over to him. A little bit of a roll,
Ooh.
like it's all super dramatic.
I like it. So
And then I'm
as
gonna
you
do
kick
a
it,
little-
it slides, and there's like a sort of like a splotchy blood streak that goes across the beautiful marble floor.
Oops. I might do a couple of muscle flexes too through my lard.
So it is true. The beast is dead.
What we lack in ability to fly, we make up for in killing shit.
I can see that. It is as to see. It seems like you have bested all of my riders. You are the ones that have actually killed the beast. I owe you an apology. Maybe it was a little maybe I reacted a little bit too quickly as to show you the door to the spire. But anyways, let's have a feast tonight. The beast is dead, and you're more than welcome to stay here in the Feather Girl Spire for the night. We have much to discuss. Come, please. He talks to Savra like she's a servant, and Savra's not too happy about it. But Thurl tells her to basically take you back up to the rooms that you had, and to get everyone into their finest clothes, because this evening they're going to dine a delicious meal. They are going to spare no expense, because the king's quest has been fulfilled. So I'll
be able to break out my formal loincloth.
Yeah, and he yells. A couple more of the servants of the spire come out, and he's telling them to grab your things, take them up to the top of the spire, get you the room, clean the linens, dust all the shelves. We have special visitors for tonight. All right, so Thurl,
what did the Manticore mean to you?
We will discuss that tonight, my friend. There is much to discuss. I have to send out several writers, and I'm going to have to do some errands myself before we have our feast tonight. But time is... Yeah, you guys are currently on floor 3.
Scooby and go the other way.
Nah.
The girls and I.
Zoink, Scoob!
Yeah, you guys are currently on level 3. You know that there is a basement where the stables are, where they keep all the giant vultures and griffins. There is the ground level where you entered, from the bridge. There is a floor that you totally bypassed to get to the living quarters area where you're at, and then there is the pinnacle up above the living quarters.
Yeah, the pinnacle probably is going to bring back bad memories. Isn't that where Sasha fell to her death?
Yeah, outside
who
there.
fell
Yeah.
to whose whatty?
Yeah, you hear Alora. You hear them talking about Sasha falling to her death.
This place is dangerous, Elf. Be careful.
I'll protect you.
Well, how did she die?
How did who die what?
Friend that you're talking about.
Sudden impact death syndrome.
20d6.
That's right.
When I gets out her books and starts looking for that that condition, she's like, I haven't heard of that before. What does that involve?
It involves splot.
Gravity.
Oh, I see. She closes the book.
She fell off one of the griffins.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible way to go. I'm
It
sure
was
that
an
you,
absolute-
I'm sure you did not, take anything from her body, and you gave her a proper burial, and in that, she's grateful for the good friends and the kind words that you spoke for her.
Wow, she's not metagaming this at all.
No.
No,
did
no, I
what,
gave
you
a
guys?
proper and respectful service.
Yeah, I did too. And you know what? Donk learned something important that day. What I learned was that bodies bounce from that height, about 10 feet before they fall apart.
Oh my
So
goodness.
just an FYI.
And you can't pretend to ride a griffin.
Oh yes, that was the moral.
Kel's
I
gonna
meant
go down
say
to the
that was the moral
Ground
that I learned.
level and start looking around.
Okay. All right, Kel. So
That was-
you basically put
that
all of
was-
your adventuring equipment, into the room, and just pretty much bring your
Grab
sword
it.
with you, your shields on your back and whatnot, or
Yeah.
okay.
I need to buy some lute strings. I haven't played that thing in a while.
I'm gonna follow Mr. Kell. He knows what he's doing. I'm gonna have my maul in hand, and I'm just gonna kind of relax and follow him around the area here.
Okay. Yeah, Kel's back down here at the floor level. So we'll go ahead and bring that back up. Who else came down with Kel?
Is this the way that the store was?
All the way on the bottom.
Yeah, the store is at the very, very bottom.
Is that where we're headed?
No, we're gonna check out the.
I'm not
check
sure
out the
where we're
area
headed.
that we never looked at before. The room
Oh, okay,
that
I'll go
we
with you
hadn't
for
looked
that.
at.
I follow them, so I'll head down there as well.
Okay.
You know, I'm curious to see what else is in this spire.
Alright, so I'm sure Raz is going to go down. Donkey going down? Theo, you going
I
down?
was the first one down. After
Alright.
her.
Theo's always trying to go down.
So, Theo, if you need...
Ladies.
Theo, if you need strings, they do have some strings that you would be able to purchase.
For how much?
Fun with Cheese, thank you for the follow. Whatever it says in the book, if there's no price, just take a couple silver off. No big deal.
10%
All right.
over what it says in the book.
Yeah, 10% over, my bad. So if it's 2 silver, like 37 gold, something like that.
The problem is it's not in the book.
Yeah, just take a couple silver off, that's fine. Alright, so you guys are back down at the ground level, and you know what you have been to is uncovered. So if you would like to, you know, there's 2 doors to the south, there's a door to the north, and you can actually smell something brewing. Not the old Manicore blood or guts, but you can actually probably smell dinner cooking also.
Oh, that means the donk's listening up. So I yell at everybody, "Shh! Listen! Do you guys smell something? What's cooking? What kind of food?"
Smells good. You're not too sure what it is. Probably the feast for tonight, though.
Oh, nice. We have got to go to that feast pretty soon.
You got about
I'm
4
trying
hours to go.
move.
I can't seem to move my token. It seems to just draw a line.
Huh, you guys cannot move your token. Here we go again, huh?
I just went ahead and bought 1 gold piece worth of string sets.
Alright, let's delete everybody out of the turn tracker, and we'll totally start over again. How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
We will do that. Maybe we'll have to do that every week. I don't see why we should have to do that, but maybe we might have to. Alright, so can you guys move your tokens now? Hopefully you can.
Could you reshare the map? I accidentally clicked off of it.
I can't move my character, it just shows the line again.
Okay. Nobody can move their tokens?
Nope, I just got a line.
Nope.
Interesting. That is
I can't
Going
see it
AFK just for a moment. I'll be
Okay,
right back.
so what room would you like to go to? Would you like to go to the room to the north, south, southwest, to the east, and we'll just open it up that way?
Let's go to the south, guys.
South one?
Kel was going to go to the south.
Yeah,
Okay, south is
let's all
good.
hit the south.
So
I'll be
the
right back.
door directly to the south? Okay, Kel.
The door directly to the south. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. We will go ahead.
The one right below Kel.
Yep. Sounds good. Now, as you open up this door, you know, it is an unlocked door. You can go inside and you can see this is probably some type of dormitory and also bunkhouse. You know, there are, 4 double bunks in this room, and there is, no sign of anyone in here. Looks like these are this is probably another room for more of the Winterhavian type of riders.
And are there like any like storage lockers or anything? Do we know if people are actually in this room? They just made their beds, or do we don't think anybody's here at all?
Nope. 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 Nobody is in this room, like I had said.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? You want to look around to the southwest, go back out, or do you guys want to look around the room?
Let's search the room.
Okay. Everybody can give me an investigation check for looking around.
Cool.
Donk's just oblivious to everything.
I'm investigating the door. Die.
Donk barely realizes that there's beds in there.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody, look what I found. I found 4 beds.
Unbelievable. Delora, you are looking around for samples and you just really find nothing. This is actually quite a clean room. Quite a clean little room here. Actually, it's quite organized. You know, all of the folds are the right way. All of the creases in the bed are the same. Everything is.
And I appreciate that.
Quite nice, yeah. Especially an elf of your stature likes to be organized. Yeah, you can appreciate a nice clean room like this.
Yep, she kind of runs her hand along the bed frame, see if there's any dust.
Oh, there is. No, I'm just kidding. What? No, there isn't.
So nice and clean, orderly, you know. I'm already beginning to gain some respect for these people.
They do call themselves knights, so there obviously have to be some sort of order.
Yeah, and you've seen several servants around the tower, you know, so it seems like they are doing their jobs quite well.
Is it daytime, Dave?
It is, yes, it's early afternoon right now.
Ah, so I turn to Kel and I say, "You're right, Kel. They're nights, and it's daytime. That's probably why they're not here." And then I start going back out the other room.
Yeah, Raz kind of heads out too and goes to the east.
You want to check that east door, Raz?
Yeah, let's check out that one.
All right, let's do it.
I think that's where they said where they eat.
Yeah, I think Donk's gonna follow her. I wanna check out that room to the east as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright, so as you open up the door on the eastern side, somebody's broadcasting. Ivan, you're broadcasting. Alright, so as you open up the door on the east, this is basically a very bright room, you know, that is occupying this eastern side of this level of the tower. Now, you can see there are many flowers and shrubs and a lot of different varieties of growth in like labyrinth planters and, you know, hanging pots down, extending from the wall, you know, sort of like in troughs on the floor. Very brightly lit. The windows in here are not covered at all. The tapestries are wide open. So, you know, there are some spidery red and purple plants that are growing suspended in baskets midair also. That's what's in the baskets midair. And you can see that there are several robed humans that are watering the plants. And there is 3 of these. It looks like they're probably some type of either some type of servant of the tower, maybe some type of initiate rider. You're not really too sure, but there are 3 humans in here.
Raz wants to kind of go around the plants and see if she sees or notices anything, any plant that she had seen in her travels that she would recognize.
Okay, so as you guys move into the room a little bit more, in the corner, kind of leaning in the corner, there is also a 4th robed figure, and he seems to just be, you know, kind of looking at you all as you are entering the room. And, you know, there's also several barrels of fresh water around the perimeter of the room. And they all welcome you to Feathergate Spire, and are basically asking you if you are the travelers that has killed the king's quest. Are you the ones that have slain the Manticore?
Oh, aye.
That's us.
Yes, that was us, except for the elf here.
They're basically wishing you good luck in your travels, and if you need anything, please get with them, and they'll help you do the best they can. But they're definitely picking and pruning all of the different plants and whatnot. But the fourth figure that you just see is just basically just standing there.
And the fourth figure is to the north of us?
Basically to the south.
To the south of us, okay.
Yes.
And I know that Raz was looking at as she's looking at the different plants and stuff. What kind of temperatures in this room? Is this like super hot, like a greenhouse, or what kind of thing is it? What are we using here for this room?
No, the windows are open. There's a nice light breeze coming in from the Sighing Valley, very brightly lit, and the windows in this there's sort of like they're kind of stacked on one another. So not only is there the window that's basically eye level with you, but there's another window above it, and basically the tapestries cover both of these separate windows, and they're both open. Nice breeze of gusts of air coming through, nice and cool in here. Yeah, this is basically like a I guess you would say sort of like a plant. I guess you would say something like an in-tower greenhouse.
Sure, okay. Sweetness. I'm gonna do like kind of what Raz
solarium or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna look around to see if there's any like edible plants in these things.
It doesn't look like there's any kind of edible fruit or anything, but there's some there. Especially in the middle of the room, there are the ones that are suspended, the spidery red and purple plants. It seems like they have like a little bulb on them, but other than that, nothing. Really, no fruit, nothing like that.
Nothing useful.
No. Yeah, you never know. Could be herbs. Yes.
I mean, there could be herbs. I guess we could roll for it, but I'd hate
roll
to
for hotness
harvesting.
on the robed guy already.
Actually, I do want to go talk to that robed guy, and I'll just kind of saunter on over there, since everybody was saying, "Oh, you're the guys that killed the Manticore," hurrah! And I want to just kind of saunter over there like I'm a super jock, and just look at that guy. What's he look like? Is he? I mean, how tall is he? And does he seem to be paying attention to us? Like wary or sneaky? Or?
Yeah, he's definitely very quiet, and he is just looks like sort of like he's just staring straight ahead. And
So
yeah, sure, go for it.
I was just gonna say. So I come up and I tell the guy, "Hello, I'm Donk."
And
what you doing?
And as he as you say hello, he kind of looks like this, looks around, and says, "Hello there. Who are you? I don't recognize you. I don't recognize your voice."
I'm Donk. I'm the one that saved the day. We all killed, except for that elf. We all killed a big manticore yesterday, and now we're having a big celebration.
I heard the other initiates talking about that. I'm very impressed. A manticore is no easy task to kill.
Oh, it was terrible. He had 16 rows of teeth, and he would take up in the air and attack us, but with one hand I grabbed him from the air and threw him down, because I'm Donk.
How tall are you, Donk? As this kind of looking, down, up. How tall are you?
Looking at my character sheet. I don't remember right offhand. I don't know. I'm guessing I'm like 8 foot tall.
So, you're a big guy, and he puts his hand out above his, kind of like patting the air, and he says, "Oh, you're a big fella."
I kind of do that thing.
Do what thing?
You do to people that are sight impaired to see to see if he can see my hand. I'm kind of doing this in front of his face.
He doesn't seem to be following your hand up and down, no.
I turn around and I point to everybody, I motion to everybody, then I mouth.
Yeah, one of the workers sees you do that, and he says, "Yes, he is blind." And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, travelers. Yes, I have been blind for many years. A magic incident, actually."
I hate magic.
Alora's ears perk up immediately.
Magic can be good. It also depends
incident.
on the wielder of magic as well.
Tell me about this magic incident. What happened?
Thank you very much for the follow. Chickens? He just kind of, his eyes are kind of going back and forth a little bit, and he leans up against the wall, and you can tell there's sort of like a faded spot on the wall to where it seems like this is his general place of standing. And he goes into a sort of like a slumber look, and he says that it happened in his laboratory. He was trying to identify a certain scroll, and it was well beyond his knowledge of magic. But something had went wrong in the process of identification, and there was a magical backlash or backfire which took his sight from him. Cool, thank you very much for the follow also.
Story.
Thank you, Cool.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And she says, I'm a fellow practitioner of the magical arts.
Oh, you are?
She says, yes, if I happen to come across anything that might help you, I'll let you know.
Ah, unless you can give me a new set of eyes. Ha! And then he kind of chuckles a little bit and he says, I'm afraid there is nothing that can help me.
Well, she says, I am somewhat of a researcher, so perhaps something will come up. We mustn't give up hope.
Ah, I have given up hope. This has been some 35 years ago or so.
Oh, 35 years.
I have given up hope already.
Well, what do you do with this room? What do you do around here?
Well, this is where we grow herbs. This is how we make rations to sell in our business that is in the stables. We, just procure different rare plants from around the lands, and we try to produce them and create more small bushels to take to other places and plant. Try to regrow what has been damaged from nature.
So you guys grow rare plants.
And
do
plus,
you buy rare plants if I were to find some?
If it's something that we are looking to procure, then possibly. I'm sure that we could probably work something out. But right now, there's really nothing. It's not the season for everything that we have. We are basically just growing herbs and whatnot, getting ready for the winter. We will be drying all of this as it grows.
Okay. So Donk just kind of taps the guy on the shoulder.
No, you kind of startle him a little bit. Yes.
And I just say, Donk is walking away now. And then I start turning around, and then I walk kind of back to the original door past those initiates.
Okay. He says, well, it was very nice to meet you, Donk. Please, if there is anything that you need here at the tower, please don't hesitate to ask he or one of the other initiatives, and we will initiates, and we will help you.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome.
So does anybody else want to look around in here? Raz, Kel?
I kind of already did my looking around at the plants.
Plant lore is lost on Kel, so.
Stupid plant lore.
So there's no plants that like Raz would recognize or anything. So yeah, she's pretty much done in the room.
All right, let's start heading back. We want to probably go back west back through the main spiral staircase area, and then we'll go west and then south.
Yeah.
That's one place we haven't looked. We could look north actually. I see that
Yeah.
there was a
Gil's
door
gonna
next
go
to where
north
that guy
and-
was standing.
And open that door and take a look in that room.
Oh yeah, the door to the north there, Cal? Sure, absolutely. As you guys come back in, you open up the door and you get a very nice aroma that greets you. So this appears to be the kitchen. Now you should you peek your head in there, Kel. There's sacks that are heaped along the walls, a small pile of vegetables spread across the tables. There's a very large steaming cauldron that's basically in the center of the kitchen. There are 2 wooden paddles and 2 knives that are hanging on a rack next to the brick oven that's on the sort of like the northwestern wall. And there are 4 wall shelves that are holding a dozen loaves of bread. And you can see 4 of these robed initiates that are kind of scurrying around the kitchen, and they notice the door open up, and they kind of nod and continue to work at a pretty hustled pace. You know, one of the guys is actually, a couple of the guys are around the huge cauldron that's dominating the center of the room, and they're kind of like wafting or inhaling the steam.
Well, Donk's got to walk over there because, I mean, my God, there's food involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Donk's gonna saunter on up, and is there a ladle or anything near?
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna grab the ladle. I'm gonna dip it into the big vat of whatever that is.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bring it back up and taste it.
Just as you bring it up, one of the initiatives, not yet. It's probably not ready yet. Don't jinx our dinner, please.
Don't jinx the dinner.
Don't jinx the dinner. This is something that is hardly ever prepared. The recipe is very old, and we're trying to prepare this meal to perfection.
So what you cooking?
We are cooking an ancient manticore stew recipe.
Manticore stew. Are
Yes,
you using fresh
it is.
manticore?
It is for the celebration tonight.
Wow. So I guess I'll just sniff deeply of whatever's in that ladle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll kind of toss it up to the side.
Smells like a
Obviously-
broth. It's a very like a
nice.
light brown broth, and you can see, you know, as one of the other initiates comes over and takes a very huge plate of vegetables and just kind of scoots it, pushes them off into the, and you can hear him plopping, plop, 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 all of the celery, the carrots, the large whole potatoes, small onion bulbs, you know, large sticks of green onion, all going in to the cauldron at the same time. You know, and,
So
and one of
I
them
watched
takes the
that.
paddle and starts to stir like a witch over her brew.
So Donk watches that, and I look up at the guy and I said, "Needs more big chickens. Throw big chickens in there."
Oh no,
Never too many
no
big
chickens, no chickens tonight. And you know, he points over towards all of the manicore pieces that you guys had brought in, and they basically stripped all of the meat off of those pieces. So all of that meat has now been prepared, has been cured, has been seasoned, and the initiative says you cannot put the manicore meat in too soon. It will make it tough. The meat has to go in with just a little time left to get the most satisfactory taste and the most tenderness.
I don't think at this point if Donk could actually control his drool. I just picture him frothing at the
I'm actually
mouth.
kind of drooling right now thinking about it because I haven't ate all day. I'm thinking about, damn, I want some manicore stew right now.
Damn it, me too. So Donk is just like frothing a little bit, little chunks of drool. His eyes are a little bit glassy. This cook is his new best friend in his mind. So Donk turns and says, "When is dinner?"
Dinner will be in about another 3 hours, my friend.
3 hours. All right.
Yes, 3 hours. But I promise, big fella, and he kind of like, he's only like really tall enough to like kind of tap your chest, and he says, I promise you will enjoy this. We have been waiting years and years to prepare this course. We're not going to screw it up.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about
Could I roll a
An insight check
yes,
to see if he's bullshitting you or whatnot?
if there's some shady shit going on.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Are you sort of talking about like an insight to see maybe if the old man was trying to bullshit you too, or sort of like a general insight on everyone that you've encountered so far?
Yeah, kind
Okay.
of a sense motive on everyone.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Give me an insight check.
I know nothing.
Hey, everybody seems absolutely genuine to you, and in fact, you're actually quite impressed with the operation that they're running. Everybody, you were thinking to yourself, "Wow, for humans, they're pretty nice. These are pretty cool
Wonderful.
humans."
Such wonderful people. I'm just rolling shit today.
So we're looking around the rest of the kitchen, Dave. I think I'm looking around for something that I can eat. Something I can eat right now. I can't be smelling this food and then not take some kind of a snack back.
There's some dried, sort of like dried sausages that are hanging on, like sort of like meat links, probably about 5 to 6 inches long. They're hanging on the wall.
Okay, I'm not going to use my
There's some more
hands.
vegetables, but don't curse the vegetables. They don't want you, cursing the vegetables.
So I think what Donk's going to do is, since these